3, 2, 1. Liftoff of the Falcon 9.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Stage 1 props nominal. Stage 1 entry startup. Stage 1 is transonic. Stage 1 landing weird startup. Stage 1 landing leg deployed.
Falcon 9 has landed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good morning. First flight of the day, running the RAV-4 on an E12.6. Now, the purpose of this flight is twofold, actually. We're going to be testing both the ion altimeter telemetry module, which will feed back to my receiver box, as well as the GPS tracker. Now, I've only got one receiver, but two transmitters on board. So what I'm going to attempt to do is monitor the flight live with the ion tracker, so we get the altitude readout. Once it lands, then I'm going to change the frequency on my receiver box to pick up the signal for the GPS. Now, ideally, I'd like to have two receivers, one for each unit, but right now I only have one, so I'm going to see if I can do both functions with just the one receiver. Okay, that being said, let's go through the stack here. Got the E12.6 with a 30-inch backup chute, followed by the Ace, which has a 24-inch chute. I've got an onboard camera, and then up in the payload bay I've got the RFC, and I've also got the air start function tied into it, so we should be able to get the red light on the onboard video. Then I've also got the Jolly Logic 2 altimeter for comparisons, as well as, like I said, the ion and the GPS tracker. So a lot going on there. I'm not looking for any stellar altitude record flight here, but we do want to test out some equipment. So that all being said, scanning the skies. Skies are clear. Winds are calm. Let me arm my ion, and you'll probably hear it when it is armed.
Altimeter ready for launch.
Okay, I'm going to wait till he says it again, and then I'm going to go for launch. I don't want to get interrupted like I have in the past. But everything is armed, cameras are rolling, waiting for him to give all clear.
Altimeter ready for launch.
Okay, with that, we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feet. Altimeter ready for launch.
Beautiful. Just what we wanted.
Altimeter ready for launch.
What? What do you mean altimeter ready for launch? Why didn't he give us That's weird because he said 100 feet. Anyway, so I'm gonna
altimeter ready for launch.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, well, let me get the coordinates, see if that works, and then we'll go retrieve the rocket. Okay, so I've got my coordinates plugged in. That seems to have worked because it's saying I'm 134 feet and the arrow is working. So it's telling me to go that way. As I turn, let me center it straight and look up, and look what's right ahead of us. The rocket. So the GPS function seems to be working. Why the ion did not register? I'm just assuming that that launch did not trigger enough G's to maybe trigger the ion, because it was a very, very slow launch off the pad due to all the weight that I've got in it. That's the only thing I can think of. It was so slow off the pad, it didn't register. So we're going to do some more testing, but for now, everything looks to be in good shape. Caught a bush here. Yeah, the GPS is chirping, so it just did not, it just didn't register. Let me stop the camera here. Boy, that is quite the view. Okay. So, well, of all things, caught that bush pretty good. But you know what? I'm going to call that a success because everything worked accordingly. I just didn't get enough G-forces to get the ion to trigger. That's my assumption. But hopefully we'll get some good data off the other altimeters. So, not a bad start. Okay, the next flight needs a little bit of an intro, so to speak, so I can explain what I'm doing. So you can see here I've got my SuperNova, and I've got a 2-stage booster on it, and I'm running a C60 followed by a C65. Now the purpose of this flight is very special. I've got here in my hand a paper copy of a 1986 Donruss Jose Canseco rated rookie card. Now the purpose of this flight is to roll this up and put it in the payload bay and fly this card to hopefully over 1,000 feet. And I'm doing this as a special favor to a very good friend of mine. He goes by the name of Muddawg on YouTube. And Muddawg, this is for you, brother. I'm going to launch this up and get as high as I can for you. And eventually I'll send it to you. And then this will be yours in your collection. I'll be using my Jolly Logic 2 altimeter to register the data. Again, hopefully we'll hit 1,000 feet. I'm not going to put a lot of weight on this. I am going to put one camera on it so we can document the onboard. But I'm just running the one altimeter because I want to keep the weight, like I said, minimal. Probably run a 15-inch chute. I haven't put the chute in yet, but once I do, I'll announce that at the launch pad. So let me roll this up. Well, let's see. I might be able to do it here. Show you how I do it. Nose cone's very tight, which is good. Okay. I'm just going to take it very delicately, roll it up into a tube. Slide it in the payload bay, and there it is. So now the card is in the payload bay. I will also put the altimeter probably up in the nose cone. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so let's go launch this and see if we can break 1,000 feet. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got everything prepped for launch now. Everything's on the pad. The altimeter is armed up in the payload bay. Again, just a quick rundown, running a SuperNova 2-stage with a C60 followed by a C65, running a 15-inch parachute, got an onboard camera, and again, a special flight for my buddy Muddawg. He's a huge fan of Jose Canseco, and I've printed out his rookie card, rolled it up, put it in the payload bay. So hopefully we're going to get this up into, we'll call it subspace. Not space, subspace. But yeah, this is going to be a fun flight, and he asked me to do it as a favor, and I was all too pleased and happy to oblige. So, that all being said, scanning the skies. Skies are clear. Winds are perfectly calm. This is fun. Going for 1,000 feet on a 2-stage. This is for you, Muddawg. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we got ejection, good shoot. Don't drift too far over there. But that was a beautiful flight. Everything's coming down in one piece. I'm gonna have to move because it's gonna fall in behind my van and the sun. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is tricky. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry I'm losing the sight of it. There it is. Touchdown. All right, that was cool. Let's go retrieve it and see if we get 1,000 feet. Okay, heading out to retrieve the rocket. I apologize. I tell you, there's nothing worse than standing off balance, all twisted up, looking up in the sky, getting disoriented, and then facing the sun, and all the while trying to keep it focused and centered on your screen is not easy to do. Fortunately, I was able to find it just there at the end. But what was happening was it flew east of me, which would have put it right behind my van. So as it was descending, I would have lost it behind the van. So I had to physically walk around the side of the vehicle so I wouldn't lose sight of the rocket. Of course, by doing that, I lost sight of the rocket anyway. But it worked out in the end. I was able to reacquire it. We're walking through a junk pile here. I've never seen so much junk other than at the landfill. But hopefully we'll pick up the rocket here pretty soon. Not the best color of rocket, but hopefully the orange parachute will stand out. And you know, I don't have a clue where the booster landed. I'll have to... In fact, I forgot all about the booster. I'm gonna have to look for that later. I don't even recall hearing it hit the ground. Usually there's a thunk. Oh, I see the rocket. Okay. Just off the side of the road here. Walking up on it. Everything looks good. There's the chute, the payload bay with our card and altimeter. Here's the rocket. Let me turn the camera off. Now I suspect that if we did not hit 1,000 feet, that the culprit would probably be this camera, because it does add significant drag and weight to the overall flight. But let me set up the camera in such a way where I can hopefully capture opening this up. Let's see what we get for altitude. Okay, let me pick the camera back up. Okay, we should have the duration next. Then we'll have the battery level. Okay, here's our altitude. Oh man, 834. Oh, Muddawg. 834 feet. And again, the reason we didn't hit 1,000, I'm pretty sure, is because that camera. Back when I flew the SuperNova with the other baseball cards a couple Christmases ago, I was using my smaller, lighter, thinner Astrocam. It's a lot more aerodynamic. So, well, bummer. Sorry, brother, but hey, you got a rocket that flew up in, we'll call it subspace, and you got a baseball card to prove it. In fact, let's take the card out. Oh look, there's an ant in there. I'm guessing he climbed in after the fact, because I don't think he could have gotten in before the flight, but he wants to go. But there you go, Jose Canseco, 1986 Donruss rated rookie card. I'll print up the information on the back of the card, Muddawg, and send it out your way. So thanks for watching that flight. That was a great flight. It was fun. Not perfect, but then again, have I ever had anything completely perfect in this hobby? No. So let's pack this up and get ready for the next flight. Three, two, one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next up is we'll call it a resurrection flight. This is the Spirit, and if you remember the last time I flew it, had a separation, the Kevlar burned through. So it came down pretty hard, destroyed my camera, unfortunately, and buckled the body tube. So what I ended up doing was replacing the upper body tube. Now, as you can see, it's not complete. I'm calling this the bare naked Spirit because I've not yet painted it. By the time I got this finished yesterday, I realized if I painted it, it wouldn't be dry for today. So we're just flying the bare body. I'll paint it later today, assuming all goes well. But what I did was, at the attachment point where the new body meets the old body, I installed a baffle. So that should hopefully prevent any more burn throughs on shock cords. Running a 2-stage, I've got a D12-0, followed by a very well advised from YouTube C67. I believe the C65 was a little too short because I was getting a premature discharge on the booster. So again, C67 as compared to the C65 before. Onboard camera, and I'm also running the tracker, the GPS tracker, because I don't know where this is going to go, and in case I lose it, I want to be able to find it. I've also got the Jolly Logic 2 altimeter on board. I hear an airliner flying over. Let me see if I can see it on the camera. Looks like a yellow Spirit Airlines. So hopefully he'll continue his downwind a little bit further, giving us clearance. I don't see anything on the horizon coming up, so we should be good to go now. Okay, that being said, skies are clear, winds are calm. We are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. That was a long...
200 feet.
That was a long delay. The booster landed right in front of me, actually. Glad it didn't hit me. That is coming right on top of us.
100 feet.
Ignore that. That's not giving us altitude. That's telling us distance to the rocket. Coordinate-wise. Wow, that is looking pretty.
2,200 feet. 2,100 feet.
Yeah, we got it. You don't have to keep telling us. You know what? I want to see if I can catch this. Oh man, I missed it. Oh, I think I touched it with my thumb. That was cool. That was good. Boy, we're just right here next to the launch pad. Goodness gracious. Okay, let me turn off the camera. That was fun. My goodness. Let's see what the altitude shows. Oh, it's gonna reset. Man, there's little ants everywhere. But didn't need the GPS tracker, that's for sure. Man, there's ants all over this thing already. Oh, because it landed right on an anthill. Oh, a little burn through on the chute. Well, that's not good because I had a baffle in there. But anyway. Well, I'll get the altitude and I'll post it up on the screen. So let me back up here. That's one of the closest I've ever had land next to me. And the booster, I'll zoom in, is just right there. So excellent flight on a 2-stage. Welcome back, Spirit. Three, two, one. Man, I missed it. Oh, I think I touched it with my thumb. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, final flight of the day, and I'll admit I'm a little nervous on this one because I've basically thrown all the eggs into one basket here. Running the RAV-4 2-stage air start, but you'll notice there's no ace, and the reason being is it's too weight prohibitive to run the ace right now because I'm running a lot of electronics on board for tracking, for data, for everything else. So if the air start does not work and then the motor doesn't eject, I'm not going to get a parachute. That's the fear. But I'm confident I got everything wired up right, and we've had nothing but success with air start previously. So there's really nothing to fear but fear itself. That sounds familiar. Anyway, I digress. So let's look at the stack here. Running a 2-stage, running a E12-4 for the booster. When it ejects, it will deploy a 9-inch parachute and come down under its own chute. Then the air start will kick in, and I'm running a C65 in the upper. Now the difference between this and the last air start is this is an Estes motor, not a Quest, so we should not get any chuffing. We should get a pretty quick and immediate burn once the ignition starts. So that should bode well for us. So C65 up in the tube there. I've got a 30-inch parachute, onboard camera. I've got the RFC, the air start module, Ion, and Jolly Logic 2. Also running the tracker because who knows where this thing could end up. So that all being said, let me arm the altimeter. Let's see. Doing it on my phone here. And hopefully we'll get more of a, more of a G-force acceleration. So we'll get a, it'll register.
Altimeter ready for launch.
Okay, it's chirping, I can hear it on board. Okay, cameras are rolling, skies are clear. Everything is ready to go. But am I ready to go? Okay, praying for an air start.
Altimeter ready for launch.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
100 feet. Launch. 400 feet. High altitude 400 feet. 300 feet. 200 feet.
Guys, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. I could not ask for more success on this flight.
Feet.
Oh my goodness, guys, that was picture perfect. And you may have heard a pop during the ascent. That was the booster deploying its parachute. I saw it in my peripheral. Sorry I didn't get it on camera, but the booster, it landed right over there somewhere. I'll retrieve it, but it came down under chute. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm not joking. Look what I just saw. That's our booster from our earlier flight. Okay, I'm gonna go pick that up. That's pretty cool. But guys, I really couldn't ask for a better flight. That was truly superb. What was our apogee? 413. Okay, that is good to know. I'm gonna get the information off here for the tracker. I'm gonna go track it down with the GPS because it's out there somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. But oh my gosh, guys, I'm really thrilled. The air start kicked off. No chuffing, it was immediate, direct, and the rocket continued upward. That was phenomenal. Oh, I see let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, there's the booster. And its parachute. It came down nice and soft. So, guys, the RFC did its job. It registered the deceleration on the climb, kicked on the air start, the module sent the signal to the motor. Motor ignited perfectly, ejected the booster. Booster came down undershoot. That was one of the most beautiful, perfect flights I've had in a long time, if ever. So, that all being said, let me go retrieve the rocket now. Okay, as we head out to retrieve the rocket, I do want to swing by here and check the booster from our earlier flight on the SuperNova. I have not touched it. I literally just saw it when you saw it on camera. Walked up. Here we are. It landed like a Falcon 9 vertically. How about that? That's pretty cool. So I'm actually just going to leave it there for now because I'm going to have my hands full when I come back with the booster and the rocket from earlier. So let me go check out the booster from this RAV-4 flight. So there it is, in perfect condition. You can see what I mean. The parachute comes out, keeps everything together, brings it down nice and slow. Perfect. You know what? In fact, I'm thinking probably just going to leave it for now because my hands are still going to be full. Just making sure there's no damage. No damage. Okay, we'll come back and pick that up on the way back. Now we're off to get the rocket. Now, I will admit, my waiting for the GPS fix. Okay, hoping to pick up a signal to get the coordinates for the rocket. So, if you hear constant beeping or background beeping, that's what that's all about. So, kind of doing this blind like I'm used to doing in the past. I kind of got spoiled with being able to get coordinates and everything. But we'll see, maybe if I get closer, we'll pick up a fix on its location. Do you notice how slow it came down? In fact, at one point, I think it stopped and it might have hovered. May have picked up a little bit of a thermal. Let's see. We're gonna find it. It's right out here. It's just, I was kind of hoping to get all the technology working in the background. Usually it picks up the GPS fix sooner than this. Not sure why it's delayed. Looking for a big white rocket with a big orange parachute.
2,000 feet.
Ah, okay, we got coordinates. Okay, so I wonder if you got to be so close, but then it doesn't make sense to have it if you got to be close to pick up the signal. Let me take a pause. Let me jot down these coordinates and see if I can get the phone tracker to get us to it.
Range 230 feet.
Okay, so I got the it says here RAV-4 210 feet, 211 feet, and
Range 230 feet.
And the tracker's saying 230 feet, but you know, that's close enough. But I am looking at the arrows. We were heading in the general direction, but it's
Range 230 feet.
yeah. Veer off a little bit to the left. So I'm gonna go left of where I thought it was.
Range 200 feet.
Okay, well it's working. It's telling us, and the numbers are getting lower. Okay, still.
Right 11 degrees. Range 170 feet.
Okay, it's saying right a little bit. Now I'm following the arrow here.
Right 2 degrees. Range 140 feet. Left 12 degrees. Range 110 feet.
We got to be close, right, guys? Well, guess what? It's right there.
Left 17 degrees. Range 79 feet. Left 25
Okay,
degrees.
first of all, let me turn off the
range
camera.
37 feet.
Let me turn off this camera. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's way out of focus.
Left 25 degrees. Range 37 feet.
Okay, I got all sorts of stuff going off. I got
Less 25 degrees.
Yeah, I know.
37 feet.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, let me turn him off. I don't need him anymore.
Less 25 degrees. Rain 37 feet.
Okay. 3, 4. Oh wait. Let's hear if we can hear the altitude. Four, 1, 3, 413. Just what our screen showed us earlier. That's perfect. So the ion's working again. It was just I think it's an acceleration issue on the pad. And so we're going to compare the Jolly Logic 2 and the RFC once we get back to the vehicle. I am really anxious to see what the onboard look like. Air start worked, like I said, to perfection. That is just so cool. Very good flight. Excellent. Very good day. Trying to think if there's anything I missed, but no. I'm just kind of overwhelmed by today's success. So guys, thanks for watching. 4 good flights, 4 good results. Gonna go home, celebrate, have a little breakfast, download some data, and get this video out to you guys. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy watching these videos as much as I enjoy preparing them, filming them, and then editing them. It's just a blast, pun intended. You have a great one. We'll see you next time with another launch days. Bye-bye.